Hi again, welcome to our training lesson, our second training lessons. So here I will explain you everything about e-commerce, how to create your own online shop, to create your own website actually. And I will also give you all the bases about how to develop online, how to create, how to work in PHP, MySQL, HTML. It will be very light, but enough for you to be able to create on your own any website. You know, there is some programmer who are here for 10 years who know very well how to program, but they are always using the same techniques. You just need to learn the basic techniques, and after you can do whatever you want on the internet. You don't need to have 10 years of experience to start to program. Just few lessons you can already know how to do. So this is here I will teach you the basic training to program on your own, and you will be able to create any kind of website already. So if you don't know anything about internet and you want to install a website, online shop, for example, here I will talk about a lot about online shop, but actually you can do it for any kind of application. If you want to install an application, if you want to do something on internet, the first thing is you have to select the CMS that you want. CMS is Content Management System. It's a tooling actually who can do something. It's Content Management System. It will manage your system. So for online shop, it's PrestaShop, it's Zencard, it's osCommerce, it's Magento, it's WordPress with some special plugin. There's a lot of different ways to create your online shop. So I will talk later about especially about PrestaShop and osCommerce. So you first select your CMS, and after you have to install it. So I will teach you how to install it, and after I will give you some basic knowledge about HTML, PHP, CSS. This knowledge is just here to help you to adapt the website. If you think that this color is not nice, you need to know how to change the color. If you see some little problem on the website, anywhere on the website, you need to be able to fix it. And I will teach you how to fix a problem on a website. It's quite basic actually. Even if you don't have any training of programming, if you want to fix something on a website, you can do it even without really deep knowledge. So when you're selecting the CMS, the Content Management System, you of course need to know which technology is it behind. There's mostly three kind of technology on internet. Three are the main technology, and if you take one CMS in a specific technology, you cannot put it in another one. So there is three kind of technology on internet. There is PHP, MySQL. PHP is the most classic. Everyone knows PHP. Every programmer knows PHP. Or 97% of programmers know PHP. It represents 97% of server on Earth. After there is ASP server. ASP it's the Microsoft solution. PHP is Linux, for example. ASP is Windows, done by Windows, if you have a Windows server online. And after it's a Tomcat. Tomcat is Java server. So here, 97% of server on Earth are in PHP. That's why everyone is programming in PHP, and most of the applications you will find are in PHP. Some are in ASP, and very few are in Java and Tomcat. So of course I recommend you to always take a PHP application, because if you have any problem, you can find a programmer in PHP. You can easily find some solution in PHP. You can easily find some application in PHP. But ASP, there is much less programmer, much less CMS on that, and Tomcat, good luck. So PHP, MySQL, it's the only recommendation I can give you. Take your PHP, of course. So when you're creating your website, when you're a beginner, you're a new webmaster, you're taking a server online or shared server, every provider will give you at least FTP access and the MySQL access with the PHP admin URL. It's the minimum. Everyone will give you this. The FTP to upload PHP, and the MySQL access to connect with PHP-admin. That's the minimum. So how do you connect to the FTP? You will use a software like FileZilla or LeechFTP. FileZilla is the most famous. How to connect to the database to MySQL? You will use PHP-admin, and the provider would have given you the URL with the password. If you're going a bit deeper, they will probably give you the SSH access, and they will also give you the mail access, the POP access. But the minimum is FTP and MySQL. Without, you cannot do anything. So now let's see which application for what. You need to do something on each net. You need to do an application. Which one should fit to what you need? First thing is, what do you need? You need to do online shop. You need to do a business card website. You need to do something else. I don't know, a PayPal website, or whatever you want. If you need to do an online shop, it's what you have on the left, online shop. The second question would be, do you want to program on yourself inside? If you want to program on yourself, I will more recommend osCommerce or Zenka, because it's quite easy to enter in the code. When PrestaShop and Magento is quite difficult. It's not so easy to enter. It's everything in Ajax, language that few programmers know. And the second thing is, do you want everything free? If you want everything to be free, you should go to osCommerce and Zenka. Everything will be free. There's very few plugins where you have to pay. When by PrestaShop, the most important plugins will be free, but a lot of them are you have to pay. So if you don't want to program and you're ready to pay something, take PrestaShop, take Magento. They are very good platform, and yes, for really good platforms. If you don't want to pay anything and you're ready to program to adjust what you want to yourself, take osCommerce, take Zenka. Now let's talk about business card. I recommend WordPress. WordPress is very simple to install. You can do whatever you want. There is 12,000 different template, different design for free. It's very powerful tool, and you can also use it for commercial online shop. There is an online plugin. There's a lot of plugin on it for free. And if you want to do something else, whatever it could be, it is probably already on a clone script or on a hot script or on a script copy. You want to do a Facebook, you will have a lot of Facebook clone. You want to do PayPal, you will have a lot of PayPal. You want to do sharing platform, you will have everything. So if it's not a business card website, or if it's not a shop online website, remember that everything has already been done. You just to select a good application, download it for free, and upload it. That's all. So you want to have a pretty website, a nice template, we say. First advice: don't contact a web designer. Do not contact a web designer. Do not ask a web designer to do it for you. Why? First, because he will be very expensive. Because he will give a nice design, but he will give you a nice design in PSD, in PNG. It will be a big image. It's not applicable directly online. And if he did something nice and he already converted in HTML, which is quite rare, you will still have to integrate it in PHP. And it's very rare to see a designer who can integrate entirely, who can do the design and integrate it after in HTML and after in PHP. It's very, very rare. So don't ask to a designer, because if you do so, you will pay quite expensive for your design, and he will give you something that you will not be able to use. So don't. Or you will need an integrator after. So I really don't recommend you to pass by a designer, but more to take an online design first. thousand, there's maybe 20,000 design in every CMS. Take a design online. So this is Template Monster. It's one of the template shop. There's plenty of seller of template online. Template Monster is the biggest. It's clearly the biggest. He's proposing 100,000 of templates for already integrated in different CMS. You just need to you buy it, you receive the zip file, you upload it, it's finished. You have to translate it because they will always Template Monster will always give you a design in English, so you have to translate it. But translate design is not very complex. So you will translate it and you upload it. If you want to keep it in English because your website is in English, it's perfect. You just you buy, you download, you upload, it's finished, and you will have the design you want. The good point with this is it's very cheap. It will be around 50 euros, so it's very cheap. 50 euros, yes, around 500 RMB for a good design. Second good point is you have what you want. You can see exactly what you want before. You can preview it, so you know what you will have, and you have no surprise. It's exactly what you order. When you pass by a designer, you never know if it will be good or not, and you have it in a few minutes. So you can create your website in half an hour. Your website is finished. Ta-da! It's magic. So that's why I recommend Template Monster, because you have 100,000 of design for any kind of script of CMS, and it's finished in a few minutes. So this is a little list of software that you will need to be the perfect webmaster. So the first software is FileZilla. FileZilla will allow you to connect to your server. You will use your FTP access, and you can go upload, remove, update, do whatever you want on your server, on your FTP server. So FileZilla is very important. The second one, it's not necessary. It's if you don't have server and you want to test everything, you can test with EasyPHP. EasyPHP will emulate a server on your Windows. So if you do not have a server for you, you can emulate it with EasyPHP. It's not an obligation, but still good to know. After, I really advise Composer or NVU. NVU is the old name of Composer, so take the new one. The new generation is Composer. Composer is it's a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. It's an HTML generator. So if you don't know anything about HTML, use it. He will do everything for you. It's good. And after, I will recommend you Notepad++. Why Notepad++? It's a text editor, content editor. So he will manage the content. He will use some color to help you to understand the syntax. But what I really love in Notepad++ is his search engine. Because if you have any problem anywhere on your website, you can use the search engine of Notepad++ to look inside the website, and he will check in absolutely all files of the websites what you want, and he will find it. So if you have a comma somewhere and you have no idea where is it in the website, in the contents, in the coding, you ask to Notepad++ to find it for you, and he will look. He will maybe take a few minutes, but he will tell you exactly it's here, and he will fix where it is. This will help you a lot to fix a bug. To fix a bug, yes. Notepad++ is very useful. And the last software I advise for you is Access or OpenOffice Basis, Apache OpenOffice Basis. What is it? It's a SQL generator. You normally don't need it. You don't need this. But if you don't know anything about SQL, you have never done SQL before, you have absolutely no idea what is SQL, and you need to do some SQL requests. If you don't know how to, PHPMyAdmin will generate some simple requests for you. You can see the select request, the update request, the insert request, the create table request. PHPMyAdmin will do the simple request for you. But if you have something quite complex, something of 10, 20 lines, bigger SQL request who will take, for an engineer, who will take 4 days to create, Access will generate it for you in few seconds. So you if you don't know anything about SQL and you have a computer science engineer next to you, you can have fun and use Access, generate your entire SQL request, and say, hey, you can ask him, can you check if my SQL is good? Your engineer will, wow, you know how to program SQL. Very big SQL request. Actually, it's not you, it's Access who will have done it for you, but it's the same. It's exactly the same. So with Access, it's Access or Apache Open Office basis. You can generate your SQL just with graphically. No need to know anything about SQL. That's the big advantage of Access and Open Basis. So now let's take an example. Here we will take the example of osCommerce. So the first thing you have to do is download osCommerce. If it was PrestaShop, you download the PrestaShop. You'll unzip it, and then you'll transfer it to the server on the directory www, which is the web server. So how to translate? You use FileZilla and you transfer. So now that it is uploaded, you have to execute it. You go on the website automatically. osCommerce will ask you if you want to install it. You will say yes. They will ask you for your access, for your MySQL access, because they don't have access to it. Normally your provider would have give it to you, so they would have given you the database server. 99.9% of the case it's localhost, which means it's myself, because the server is providing his own database. But sometimes it's not the case. Just like for OVH on the shared server, the database is somewhere else than in the same server. There is the server for Apache, for FTP, and there is the server for MySQL. In that case, it's not localhost, but it's the specific server that they would have given you. They will ask you for the username, the password, and the database table. So you give them. After, they will ask you for the name of the website, your email address, the administrator name, the password, and the name of the website, the title, I mean. And it will be finished. They will create the entire website, the entire administration for you like this. So you will be able to visit the website or the administration. So now we will see how to have a nice design. As I told you, you can you can buy and download the design you want on Template Monster. So here you just buy and download the design you want, and after you re-upload it on your server, and that's all. You will have your design. Ta-da! Here is your website with the design you have chosen. Here I have chosen a free design. I didn't bought especially a design on Template Monster. I took it on a free platform because I didn't want to buy a design just for the demonstration. The free one is more than enough. So here is a free design, and you can see that you have the website with all your products integrated to the design you want. So it's good to have the website done, finished, but it's only in English now. So you normally need to translate everything in all the language you want. If you want to translate in German, in Chinese, in French, in Italian, the language you want, you can go to osCommerce add-on plugin, the platform for it. It's addons.oscommerce.com/category/languages, and here you will have absolutely all the language on earth already adapted to osCommerce. You download them, the language you want. You can download as many you want, and then you just re-upload all of them on the websites with FileZilla. That's all. So now that you have uploaded the language that you want, here for example Chinese, on the administration, the osCommerce administration, you go to localization, language, new language, and automatically you will have Chinese, and you can add Chinese because because you have already uploaded, so you can add it. Here we only took the example of English and Chinese. We could have add German, Italian, whatever you want. All the language you can have add 20 languages if you want. And now that the language are added, you can go on the catalog, category and products, And for each category you can add the title in the different language. Here is in Chinese, so it could be if you have our language, you could have them here, and it would be the same for the product. So like this, the entire website would be translated for the website plus the category and the product. So about the payments, yes, what would be a commercial platform if you cannot be paid? So you need a payment platform. So for the payment platform, I strongly recommend PayPal. Why PayPal? Because it's international, you can pay in any currency. PayPal is a very good solution. You can use Payoneer also, but there is something that you should absolutely not do. It's pass by your bank. I know that your bank will tell you it seems more professional to pass by HSBC. It's more professional to pass by ICBC and to PayPal. PayPal is just PayPal. When it's big bank, it seems more professional. Absolutely not. First, it doesn't seem more professional, and second time, I have already integrated at least 10 bank application. I can tell you, I don't know for the Chinese bank. I have never integrated Chinese bank application, but your European bank application, I can tell you that bankers are really big shit in computer science. They don't know anything. They are a catastrophe, really a big catastrophe. They cannot give you technical tools. Really, they will give you some things that doesn't work. They will never give you any advice. They have the information just in front of them. They cannot read it. Really, I have integrated many times some solution with bankers, with technicians from banks. They don't know anything about online shop, really anything. So don't pass by your bank. Use PayPal, please. It's really an advice. So now, how to integrate it on the osCommerce administration? You go on module, go on payments, and just edit the PayPal solutions, activate it, and that's all. You will give your email address for PayPal for the PayPal accounts, and you can start. It will take you 5 seconds. It's finished. So for the shipping, you have to give a price for the shipment of your product. So in the administration, you go to module, shipping, install module, and here you have a different solution of estimating the price of the shipping. If you have an account on FedEx or anywhere, you can also install the specific module of your platform. You go on add-ons, oscommerce.com/category shipping module. Yes, you can take the one who are here by default, which means you can put a price of a shipping price per item, or you put a table rate, which means for 100 euros you put the price would be at 5 euros, etc. It's a rate. It's quite easy with rate. Try to use the rate, as you can put the specific zone rates to establish the price. And like this, you can create the rules for the shipping. And the last thing on osCommerce, it's the tax, the VAT. You're lucky in China, you do not have VAT, no tax, no VAT. So you have to remove the tax rate. How to do this? You go on location, tax rate, and normally there would be a taxable goods 7% rate. You delete it. There is no tax in China, so no tax. They would probably, when you will send your product, there would probably be a tax for the final country, but the client will pay it when he will receive it. It will be the border of the country who will ask for the tax, not you. It's not related to you directly. Ta-da! It's finished. Your website is finished with osCommerce. This is the same template that I took before, the free template. If you have bought a nice pretty template on Template Monster, you will have something prettier. But here it is working, and that's all. So after I will talk about PrestaShop. So this is PrestaShop. So how to do? You of course have to download PrestaShop, unzip the directory file, and re-upload it with FileZilla on the server, just like with osCommerce. and you execute it. You'll see that on PrestaShop you immediately have it in Chinese because they recognize that you're in China. So they would automatically propose you to have the Chinese website full in Chinese and all the administration in Chinese. I'm sorry, I switched in English because I cannot explain you in Chinese, but it would be exactly the same after. So after right now I would say English just for the demonstration because else I won't be able to explain you. But you should know that it's fully in Chinese. You can install everything in Chinese and no, you don't need to pass by English with PrestaShop. So just like for osCommerce, they will ask for your MySQL access. Actually, it's the case for any kind of CMS. For PrestaShop, osCommerce, WordPress, for Joomla, for any kind of CMS, they will ask for your MySQL access. Here, I've been unlucky when I install PrestaShop. I tried to install PrestaShop, and the last step, you see the little face on top right corner. Last face, there was a bug. Couldn't install completely the configuration information file, and it has bugged. Unlucky. So after a bit I check on internet what happened. What is when you have a problem like this? Usually you just copy paste the message on Google or on Baidu or on any search engine, and then there will be 20 people who had exactly the same problem, and they will give you the answer. That's the reflex that you should have when you have a problem on the internet with anything. And so when I checked like this, I immediately saw that it's a problem with my PHP version. PrestaShop, this PrestaShop is too updated for my PHP version, so I need to take an oldest version of PrestaShop. So I get back to prestashop.com/en/developer versions, and here I can take the old version. So I took an older version, and we reinstalled the new version with the old one. So just reflex, if it happened to you too, you just know that you can download an older version, and it will work perfectly. So here I've downloaded a new version, and I uploaded it, and I start to reinstall it. So PrestaShop asked me for the name of the website, my name, the administrator, access, etc. Classic questions to generate the website. And PrestaShop will finalize it, the installation on his own. And that's all. He will finish everything from this point. Ta-da! PrestaShop is installed. This is the default template, which is quite nice actually. The installation is done, but still, if you want to have an access to the administration, PrestaShop asks you to first remove the install file, just for security reason, else someone could go back and destroy all your installation. So they will ask you to go back on the server with FileZilla, select the install directories, and entirely remove it. So you delete it, and after you will have an access to the administrator. And now you can go to the administration. Here you will be able to install all the plugins, to install the language, the shipping system, the templates, everything. So here you can install a template. They call it a theme here. So you just need to go to module, and theme catalog, and you will have thousands of different templates for PrestaShop. So this is if you didn't already bought a template on Template Monster. So if you are not sure, if you see some nice template here but you are not sure that you want this one, you can still check on Template Monster. You will have a lot of other templates, and you can choose the one you want. You should know that for PrestaShop, most of the templates are you will have to pay, just like for osCommerce on Template Monster. You will also have to pay for the template, and you select, and it will automatically be installed from the module system. So now let's see the currency. When we have created the PrestaShop, we install it. PrestaShop recognizes that we are in China, so it automatically installs the RMB as currency, the Chinese currency. But the thing is, you don't want to sell in China. You want to sell in foreign countries. So you have to change the currency, because foreign countries doesn't use RMB. They use US dollars, they use euros, they use other currency. So how to change it? You go on localization and then currency. So when you're in the currency space, you first replace the RMB by US dollars. You just replace it, and after you add a new currency, which is euros, and the euros is 0.72% and 0.72 of 1 US dollars. So you can configure it exactly like this to have US dollars and euros on your website. So for the payment system, it's exactly like osCommerce. I recommend to use PayPal. PayPal is very efficient. Do not pass by your bank. So for PayPal on PrestaShop, there is two modules. There is the US PayPal mode and the rest of the world PayPal mode. The rest of the world, they call it PayPal Europe. Well, actually, it's for the rest of the world. So in Asia, in China, you should use PayPal Europe. So you have to go on prestashop.com/en/partners-free-module, and over there you will find the PayPal Europe module to install to have PayPal. So here we are on prestashop.com/en/partner-free-module, and here you can download the module PayPal Europe. So you just download it, and after you go on FileZilla and you upload it in the module on PrestaShop. That's all. Now that you have uploaded the PayPal module, you will find it on your module list in the administration. So you tap PayPal in the search engine on top with the field module, and you will immediately find it. You click on it to update it, and you will update it. I guess you have all already tried, test, or buy on a website with PayPal. Usually PayPal, it's when you're on a website, you have to log on PayPal, then you are redirected to the payment system, you validate it, you go back to the website. Here you can ask to have the express checkout on PayPal. So this is a powerful tool, because from the card you can directly give your credit card, and he will directly pay using PayPal, but he will directly pay. So it will be much more fast than register an account if you don't have an account, or log to the account, then go to the payment page on PayPal, pay, and go back to the website. So I strongly recommend you to use the express checkout tool. So you have to validate express payment system, and for this you have to sign up on the PayPal business account. So you should click on the sign up, and you will be redirected to PayPal, where you will have all the instruction. So here I am on the payment checkout express of PayPal, the express solution. Here they will ask me to sign up to check who I am. So I sign up, and they will ask me for a captcha to recheck that I'm a human. It's not a robot who is trying to hack an account. So you fill it, and you keep on the procedure. And here PayPal will provide you an API username, an API password, and an encrypted signature. So you just copy all of this in your PayPal administration tool. They will ask you exactly the same information: API user, API password, and signature. So you just copy paste them, and you validate it. So now that you have filled the API username, API password, and API signature, you just need to say that you want the checkout shortcuts to have the payment free click. You say that it's live mode or test mode, as you want, and you want the direct sales, which is recommended. About the VAT, the tax, just like for osCommerce, in China there is no tax, so you have to remove all the tax. For this you go to localization, tax rules. You'll see all the classic tax, 3%, 6%, 7%. all the tax rates, standard stamp tax. You remove all of them. No need. So let's see the language. Here I'm using the English one because I asked the English one. In Chinese I wouldn't be able to explain you. But still PrestaShop recognizes that we're in China, so it automatically installs Chinese. So by default there is the Chinese language if you go on localization and language. But now I will explain you how to install the other language. So to install the other language, just like on osCommerce, you just have to download the plugin of different language. So for PrestaShop, it's prestashop.com/en/translation, and here you will have all the translation for your version of PrestaShop, and you can download all of them actually and re-upload them to install them. So to upload, you use FileZilla just like all the time. So now that it's uploaded, just go on the add new language in the language section. They will ask you which language, German, and they will take all the information from what you have uploaded already. So you just have to check and validate, and you will have everything in German. Now let's see for the shipping. The shipping here, they call it carrier. So you go on the shipping section and then carrier, and you edit my carrier, and you will be able to edit more. So here you're in the shipping session. The first thing before keeping on is you can see on the right different flag, the English, the Chinese, the German flag. Here it means that you can translate the shipping description to different language. So people from Germany will have the description in German. So now that you have translated this in the different language, you can click in shipping location and cost to go to the next page. And here the shipping rules on PrestaShop. I found the shipping rule quite good, very powerful on PrestaShop. You can give some rules according to the weight, if it's heavy or not. So according to the weight of the package, of all the package, and the different zone, Europe, North America, etc., to establish the price. So like this, per 1 kilo would cost €5. 10 kilo would cost. Like this, you can establish the real rules, some strong rules about the shipping cost for delivering all around the world. On top of this, of course, when you will parameter the product, you will parameter the weight of the product. So if you take 4 bottles of something, it has a special weight. So the machine can understand the weight of the global order and can estimate the shipping price. Now that everything is done, you just have to parameter your product, your categories. So how to do this? You go in catalog, category. You can add new category, or you can update the existing categories to update whatever you want. And here you have the category description and title. You can click on the little flag. Here is the US flag, and you will automatically have all the different flags. And you can then click on the German flag if you want to add the German description, to fill the German description and title. So on the website will be entirely translated in German, in Chinese, in all the languages that you want. So you'll do exactly the same for the product, because it's not only the category, you of course need to add products. So catalog product add or catalog product edits, and you can do the same for the product. So here you have the product description. So you have the title, the short description, the medium description, and you can choose a different language to translate in all the language you want. So there is plenty of different options. You can also sell a virtual product, to sell ebooks, to sell software, which is quite powerful. And you can also there's plenty of different options. I would let you look at the different options, but the most important is, of course, the description, the different language, the price, and the shipping. So we'll go to the price section to put the price, and the shipping to see the weight of the product. So the shipping system would understand how much would it be. So here we are in the product section. There is a product cost. Here already at 0, but you can put a special product cost and factory cost to do the accounting directly from PrestaShop. Right now I'm just explaining the simple, the basic function. So I will not go in the product cost to do the accounting, but you should know that you can do it. It's nice if you have time to go deep inside. You can. And the important thing is the unit price, so the price of sale, how much you would sell it. So you put the unit price, which is $10 here. So the product would be sold $10. And now we're in the shipping session, where you can put the weight of the package. Here's 15 kg, and you can put some additional shipping costs if you want per product. So like this, you can select the carrier also. So my carrier, and you validate. So automatically now the system will estimate the price of the product each time someone will take it. If you were already using a platform like osCommerce for a long time, or if your provider is sending you some CSV with all the information, you should know that you can import all your data with the import solution. So you go on catalog, products, and imports, and here you can directly transfer the entire CSV to the platform. To not have to fulfill it on your own. So it's quite finished now. Everything is done. It's very simple, a very basic shop, but everything is done. Now you just have to put your logo on top of the website. So for this, in the administration, you go in Preference, Theme, and here you will have the way to upload your logos. It will automatically be put on the website. Very simple. One thing extremely important on this page is to enable the mobile theme. When you buy a theme, when you buy a template on Template Monster or in PrestaShop, they will show you on the same time the theme for the mobile device. You have to take it. Don't take a design if there is no mobile device theme. And here you click to I like to enable on both smartphone and tablets. So when someone will come with a tablet or smartphone, he will have access to the website. He will not have the entire website that he would have to zoom everywhere, and it's really not adapted to smartphone. So enable it. It's very important, especially now that if I remember well, it's 60% of the traffic who are using a cell phone. You really need to have it. Okay, you have your website now. The thing is, you probably don't need all the options. You see on the menu there is a lot of menu, tags, categories, manufacturers, suppliers, information, new products, specials. On this, there is plenty of things that you maybe don't need. So let's see how to edit them, remove the block. To edit the block, you have to go in the administration, in module, position, and live edit is on the right part of the page. When you click on it, so you have just click on it, and you have the entire website that you can update. You can do whatever you want. You can update your website. It's in graphic mode, and you can remove what you want. If you want to change the footer, it's exactly the same thing. It won't be a live edit. You have to go in the administration, position. Here you will have a long list of module. You search footer. To do a search request, you press Ctrl and F on your browser, and automatically you will have the search engine on your browser who will appear. You type footer, and you will immediately arrive in the footer section. And here you have all the blocks, and you can remove those that you don't want to see appear. Ta-da! You see, you have done your first website without any background of, or maybe you have a lot of background, but you didn't need it, and you didn't need to have any basic knowledge of PHP, HTML, or any programming skills to do your websites. But I still recommend you to have some basic skills to do it, because else you will, if there's anything happen, you will not know how to fix it. When I say anything, it just mean even just change the color. There is a color on the website, or change the picture, or anything. You need to know how to. So I will teach you now some basic knowledge of the different technologies to manage your website. So PHP, I will teach you the most important one.